Hi, this is Dave from Notes on Call, and welcome to the lessons for this month's issue of Guitar Player magazine. Use the musical examples on this recording to aid you in your study of the corresponding written lessons in the November 1998 issue of Guitar Player. Okay, are you ready? Let's get started.
Hi, this is Wayne Riker, and welcome to my Notes on Call lesson entitled Superimposed Arpeggios from the November 1998 issue of Guitar Player magazine. Now, so that we are in tune together, here's an open A. Now this solo will work at any tempo, but I recommend trying it at a slow and then a medium pace. 1, 2, 3, 4. Behind superimposing arpeggios. Just like you learn interval relationships for a blues scale against a chord, it's the same principle for arpeggios over chords. You take the notes of the arpeggio and analyze the relationship of each tone against the root name chord you were playing over. Okay, so in bar 2, I'm using a B minor 7 flat 5 arpeggio against the G7 chord. Now when you do that, you're highlighting the 3rd, 5th, flat 7th, and 9th tones against the G7 chord. In bar number 4, I'm using the G augmented arpeggio. What this will do is accent the root 3rd and sharp 5. Now the sharp 5 in bar 4 is a strong leading tone to the C7 chord in bar 5. In bar 6, I'm using a C-sharp diminished 7th arpeggio against the C7. This creates a C7 flat 9 sound. So, using the C-sharp diminished 7th arpeggio against that C7, you get the 3rd, 5th, flat 7, and flat 9. Remember, C-sharp is enharmonic to D flat, so that's where the flat 9 comes from. In bar number 8, I'm using a D minor 7 arpeggio against the G7. What this does is highlight the 5th, flat 7, 9, and 11th against the G7. Okay, on to bar 9, and once again I'm using a minor 7 flat 5 arpeggio, this time F sharp minor 7 flat 5 arpeggio against the 5 chord D7. This, once again, highlights the 3rd, 5th, flat 7th, and 9th of the D7 chord. Then in the next bar, once again, the minor 7 flat 5 arpeggio appears. And here we're using the E minor 7 flat 5 arpeggio against C7, the 4 chord. And that, once again, accents the 3rd, 5th, flat 7th, and 9th of the C7 chord. In the 12th bar, the turnaround features a D augmented arpeggio. And once again, like in bar 4, this accents the root third and sharp 5 of the dominant 7 chord D7, the 5 chord, as your turnaround chord back to the tonic chord G. Now, one trick I use to memorize some of these superimposed arpeggios is to memorize the distance of the arpeggio from the dominant chord in this example. Okay, use the minor 7 flat 5 arpeggio, a major third above the dominant 7th chord name. Use the augmented arpeggio of the same name against the dominant 7th chord name. Use the diminished 7th arpeggio a half step above the dominant chord name. Use your minor 7 arpeggio a fifth above your dominant 7th chord name, and there you have it. So this is a handy trick to learn some of these superimposed arpeggio techniques. Well, that's it for this lesson. I'd like to thank Fred Lanuza, who was my recording engineer and keyboard extraordinaire. For further study on blues and improvisation, check out my books in Alfred Publishing's Workshop Art series. There's Mastering Blues Guitar, Slide Guitar Technique, Standalone Urban Blues, and coming out shortly will be Blues Guitar for Adults. If you have any feedback on the lessons or like to get in touch with me, feel free to give me a call. I'm in beautiful San Diego. Well, that's it. For Guitar Player Magazine and Notes on Call, I'm Wayne Riker. Take care and see you next time.